My name is Michele Matthews. I'm from Hartford, Connecticut. I'm currently in Glastonbury, Connecticut. I've been teaching chair yoga since 2013. I was diagnosed with MS in 2005. Um, I was a chef for 20 years, and I stopped working as a chef in 2011. Just one day I got up and I was like, I can't do it anymore. I can't do this to my body today. And that day, even though I called out to work, I went to this class. Paula was teaching it, and I went to this class, and that was 2011. And by 2013, I got my teaching certification because it resonated with me so deeply, the yoga class. So yeah, so I've been teaching for about 8 years now, and that's my story. So I just want everyone to know this is your class, right? I'm just here to guide you, and it's really up to you what you are going to do. Everything that is, it's just a recommendation. I realize that we're all very, very different here. We all have a different body. We all have different strengths and different things that we're not going to do today, and that's okay. We will not stand up. We'll stay in the chair, at least for now, until I really know where everybody's at. And then those of us that stand may stand. We'll see what happens with that part. But there's plenty we can do sitting, so don't worry about that. Most of these poses, we'll do a warm up, but most of these poses are regular yoga poses that either I have or someone else has adapted to the chair. So you are doing real yoga. You hopefully will be challenged. Like I said, I will go a little easy today because I want you guys to come back, but you should be slightly challenged, but nothing should hurt. Nothing should hurt. Nothing, maybe a little discomfort, but not too much physical discomfort. You should have maybe more of an emotional discomfort, or a barrier of things that you're just not used to, that uncomfortable, I've never done this before feeling. That's okay. But as far as physical discomfort, if it's a little difficult, that's okay. But please don't do anything that hurts or that your body just doesn't do, okay? We're all different. Everything's optional. And sometimes when people don't feel well, I say you can come anyway. Just close your eyes and breathe, and you reap the benefits of just the energy of the room. So with that said, just take care of yourselves, all right? And there's no judgment. This is a no judgment zone. And I don't mean judging each other, because we're probably not even going to look at each other, right? No one even cares what you're doing. Don't judge yourselves, all right? Very important. No judging yourself. So I have 3 rules: no hurting yourself, no judging yourself, and don't hold your breath. Okay? Keep breathing. So we will start. Does anyone have before we start, does anyone have a question? Any questions? Okay. And we're going to ask that, it's yoga, so we don't want everyone talking and things like that. But if you do have a question, please ask. That's fine. I'm pretty easy as far as that goes. Or if you don't understand something I'm doing, and I'll stick around after if you need to have a comment or anything. All right. I just want to introduce my sidekick, Lotus. She's my service dog. She used to come to class, but now she just lays on the couch. So I guess that's been the past year for all of us. All right. So everyone find a comfortable seat, whatever that means to you. Hopefully you're in a chair that's sturdy. Preferably no arms, but if it has arms, that's okay. We'll just work around that. So feet, and so everything I say is going to be a recommendation, because I do realize that everyone has a different body. So my feet are going to be flat on the floor. I don't even think you can see them, but my feet are flat on the floor. So if your feet go flat on the floor, They'll be flat on the floor. Spine is long and tall. Crown to the ceiling, chin parallel to the floor. So nice long posture. And we're doing this to the best of our ability. So if it's impossible for you to sit that way, that's okay. We're going to do our best for our posture. And if you feel comfortable, I welcome you to close your eyes or soften the gaze. So soften the gaze would just be looking onto the floor in front of you with the soft gaze. Or closing the eyes if that feels safe. And we're just going to start with doing a little body scan, starting with the crown of the head and moving down. And just noticing maybe you're holding tension. Possibly letting go of that tension if it's a possibility right now. If not, that's okay. And perhaps starting to lengthening the breath. So longer inhales and longer exhales. And we'll start today with what we call a 3-part breath. So taking an inhale into the belly, feel the belly rise and expand like a balloon. And on the exhale, belly deflates, the navel goes towards the spine, all air comes out. If you want to put your hand there, you may. Inhale, belly rises. And exhale, belly falls. And continue doing that to your own breath at your own pace, inhaling into the belly. Exhaling all the air out. And we'll let that breath grow into the side body, into the ribs. So inhale into the ribs, ribs expand. Exhale, ribs come back together, all air comes out. Now, if you have trouble isolating that breath, just picture that breath going into that side body, into that rib cage in your mind's eye. So inhale, ribs expand. So like an accordion, inhale, ribs expand. Exhale, ribs come back together, all air comes out. And keep going a couple more times to your own breath at your own pace. And we'll let that breath grow and blossom into the chest, into the heart. So inhale, slight rise of the collarbone. And exhale, slight fall. And once again, just picture it going there in your mind's eye. You're not doing it wrong. Inhale into the heart, into the chest. Exhale all air out. And we'll bring those 3 breaths together. So what we will do is to inhale a little bit into the belly, a little bit into the ribs, and then a little bit into the heart. And exhale from the heart, then the ribs, and then the belly. And once again, just picturing the breath going there in your mind's eye. So inhale, belly, ribs, heart. And exhale, heart, ribs, belly. And if you would like to count, you can. So most people, about average is a 4 to a 6 count. 4, 6, or 8, actually. So if you're counting, you can 1, 2 into the belly, 3 into the ribs, 4 into the heart. Or 2, 4, 6, 2 into the belly, 2 into the ribs, 2 into the heart. Or if you have a big lung capacity, 3, 1, 2, 3 into the belly, 3 into the ribs, and 2 into the heart. So you're just inhaling a little bit into the belly, and then to ribs, then the heart, and then exhaling heart, ribs, belly. Picture it going there in your mind's eye. So this breath is used to keep us in the moment, calm the nervous system. Maybe if you have some anxiety, you could try this at that time. A couple more at your own pace. Inhale, belly, ribs, heart. Exhale, heart, ribs, belly. And whenever you're ready for your next inhale, go ahead and take that next inhale. And when you're ready to exhale, we're going to go and just bring that left ear towards that left shoulder, nice and gentle. Nice, gentle side stretch in the neck. It's not going to touch. Oh, maybe it is. Maybe you're flexible, but it doesn't need to touch. Just honor that range of motion you have today, so we're not forcing it. And you're breathing. And whenever you're ready to inhale, you can come on up and just exhale other side. So right ear towards right shoulder, nice and gentle. Honoring that range. And just remember, we're all different. So you're not gonna look like me. We're all different. Honoring your body and where you are today. Good. And we'll inhale up. When you're ready, exhale, chin towards armpit. So chin towards your left armpit. So off to the side and forward a little bit. Inhale up, exhale other side. Chin towards other armpit. And whenever you're ready to inhale, we'll inhale up, exhale, like looking over your shoulder, like you're trying to see something behind you. And inhale back, exhale other side. And inhale back and relax. Good. I just want to make sure, Casey, if you're still there, can you hear me okay?
Yes, I can hear you very well.
Right. I would ask everyone, but then I'll get a bunch of answers all talking over each other. So if you can hear me, I'm going to assume other people are able to hear me. And if you can't hear me, speak up and we'll see what we can do about it. We're going to take some shoulder rolls. So shoulders will go up, back, and down. And go ahead and find your range of motion today, whatever that is. So maybe the circles are small, maybe they're large. Exploring. Are they noisy today? Little crackles in there. And we notice without judgment, without stories attached, just noticing out of curiosity. Beautiful. Now let's do one at a time, like we're doing the backstroke. This one's for my swimmer there. One at a time. Perfect. And then, like we're swimming one at a time, forward, reverse. Perfect. All right, we can let that be still. We'll inhale into our goddess arms. So we're doing this to the best of our ability today, right? So if the arms don't do this, that's okay. Maybe one arm's a little off today, and you want to do it with one. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. And on the exhale, we'll bring palms and forearms towards each other. So they possibly touch, maybe they don't. Inhale, we're going to open the heart, bring the shoulder blades towards each other. Exhale, close. Keep going. Inhale, open those hearts. And exhale, palms and forearms go towards each other. Beautiful. We'll do a few more. Keep going. Go at your own pace, your own breath. So your breath might not be the same as mine. That's okay. We don't have to be synchronized here. And there's not much you can do wrong except for not breathe, judge yourself, or have pain. All right. Those are the only three things that you can do wrong. So everything else is fine. We're not all going to look the same. Good. Let's do one more. And we'll meet open. And feeling free to stop anytime you need to. And we'll exhale, rotate one arm down. Inhale, arm up. Exhale, alternate. So inhaling up and exhaling down. And this is to your breath at your pace. And feel free to stop if you become uncomfortable. As long as there is no pain, keep going through that discomfort. And I warned you before, physical discomfort might happen, but emotional discomfort is very likely as well. And hopefully we could just go through that. Good. One more. All right. And you want to shake it out if you want, or maybe make nice. You can always make nice, right? Make nice. Perfect. Perfect. All right. So clasping hands together, interlacing fingers. And we're just going to roll the wrists. So the arms might move a little bit, but it's not really an arm movement. Just trying to isolate those wrists. Good. And you can reverse. Perfect. Now we'll let that be still. Change the interlace of the fingers. So if you don't know if you're doing it if it feels funny. So it should feel a little funny. So change the interlace of the fingers and then we'll roll the wrists again. And reverse. Perfect. Good, you can shake those out. So we'll do a little bit of yoga for our hands, right? So I'm sure we all need a little yoga for our hands, especially the past year where we're probably swiping more and typing more. We'll start with one palm up. It doesn't matter which one. And just give it a nice little gentle stretch. So you should feel it all through that forearm, nice and gentle. And give it a little flip over. And switch hands. And a little flip over. Perfect. And once again, shake them out. All right. So now this one will, all our fingertips touching. So tenting the fingers, right? If you want to do a couple push-ups here, you can, right? This is my kind of push-ups. All right. Now what we will do here, this is a little bit of a challenging one. So I want everyone to be patient with themselves. Take your time. This is a good one. It does get better in time. What we'll do is we'll start with our thumbs and we'll circle our thumbs around each other one way a bunch of times. So you're trying not to let them touch while all the other fingertips are touching each other. Now, I recognize that we are all different. So we're doing this to the best of our ability. So you're trying not to let them touch and you're trying to keep all the fingertips touching, right? Everyone's body is going to look different here. And then once you had enough going one way, circling the thumbs the other way. Good. And you've had enough, you can bring those thumbs back to touching and then move on to the pointer finger. And once again, circling one way a bunch of times. You're trying not to let them touch. They may not. And you go one way, the other way, the other direction rather. A bunch of times. And then keep going. Move on to the middle finger. Same thing, trying not to let them touch. And circling one way a bunch of times and the other way. And then don't be discouraged by that pesky ring finger. It's okay. Most people can't do it. And if you can do it, send me your address. And usually I give out a lollipop. So if you send me your address, I'll mail you a lollipop if you can do it. But you have to prove it. You can't lie. And take your time with that, with the ring, because it can be discouraging. And then go on to your pinky. Same thing. One way a bunch of times and the other, trying not to let them touch. And once you've had enough of the pinky, do it again. And then go back and do all the other ones. I just need to turn this down. So do the pinky twice and then go back and do all the rest. All right, do it so. And so some fingers might take a little more concentration than others. That's okay, take your time. And whenever you're ready, taking your time, we'll meet with the hands in the left. Our hands are very important. They do so much to us, and we often neglect them. Maybe, I mean, we've all been washing them apparently, but maybe if they were lucky, they get a little lotion. But do a little yoga for our hand stab. One more. All right. So this one is thumb to index finger, 3 taps, and then 3 rubs. And then moving on, thumb to middle, 3 taps, 1, 2, 3, and 3 rubs. And going on to the next. Until you get to the pinky, and then doing the pinky twice. Until you're finished. Good. Now, take your time to finish off if you're not in a rush. Now, however you did it the first time, now maybe you did it with your eyes closed. You're going to do it with your eyes open. Maybe you did it with your eyes open. We're going to do it again with the eyes closed. Maybe you don't remember, so do whatever you want. All right, so we'll do that one more time. So 3 taps, 3 rubs. Starting with the index and then moving on to the next middle and then the ring and the pinky. And doing the pinky twice and then going back and doing all the other ones again until you stop with the thumb. I mean, with the index finger. Perfect. All right. Lovely. I love it. Oh, inhale all the way up. Whatever that means to you. Good. We're going to exhale over to our left. So just twisting at the waist, right? We're not leaning to reach more. I'm going to inhale up whenever you're ready and exhale the other side. Nice long spine here, right? We're not slouching, we're not reaching, we're not trying to get anywhere. Inhale up. And we'll exhale over to the left again. And we're going to stop here on the left. So one hand on the thigh, one on the chair, or both on the thigh. Inhale, lengthen that spine. Exhale, deepen that twist, belly, ribs, and heart follow. So you're twisting towards your left. Spine is long and tall. We're not leaning to reach anything. And we're breathing. So on every inhale, lengthen that spine. And on every exhale, imagine more twisting. Just imagine more twisting. We don't want to over twist. Maybe you can move another millimeter, but just imagine more twisting. Lengthening on the inhale. Imagine more twisting on the exhale. Good. Whenever your next inhale comes, we can inhale all the way up. And we'll exhale other side. So one hand on thigh, one on chair, or both on thigh. Or maybe you have an arm on your chair, so whatever suits you today. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, deepening the twist. Belly, ribs, and heart follow. And remember, lengthening on every inhale, just lengthening that spine, or just imagine it lengthening. Maybe it's already as lengthened as it's going to be. Just imagine it growing from that tailbone. And imagining more twisting. Maybe you're a sponge wringing out all that you do not need. And whenever you're ready to inhale, we're going to come all the way up again. And you can bring the palms together and exhale right down the middle. Beautiful. And now while our palms are here, we'll do what we call our namaste circles. So we're just going to make big circles with those palms together. Or small circles, whatever it is in your practice today. Or maybe you want to explore, maybe you want to make some really big and some really small. Just honoring your range of motion, whatever that is. Good. And we're going to reverse. Perfect. And then we'll come right back to the middle. Now, lifting those elbows as high as it's possible for you. What we'll do is we're going to push those palms together as hard as you can comfortably and just staying here. So this is very strengthening. So we're pushing the palms, our elbows are as high as we're able to. Breathing, don't hold your breath. I think I see someone holding their breath there. You're breathing. Nice deep breaths. And you can stop anytime it becomes uncomfortable if you want to. A few more breaths though, if you can hang in there. And shake it out. Maybe make nice. Shake all your shaky stuff. All right. So if your feet come off the floor, you can lift them off the floor. If they do not come off the floor, they just let them stay there. That's absolutely fine too. What we're going to do is we're going to twist our ankles towards each other. So as if I know you can't see my feet. So if these are my feet, we're just going to circle our ankles, okay? Good, and then go ahead and reverse, so the other way. And reverse again. And one more time, reverse. Perfect. Now, point your toes towards me and then towards you. Or point and flex. So just pretend my hands are my feet. Good. And now windshield wipers. Perfect. And you can bring those down if they're not already. And what we'll do is safely as you can, if you can come forward in the chair and put your heels onto the ground. So your heels are on the floor and your feet are kind of pointing up a little bit. So the bottoms of your feet are not touching. So this is to your ability, to your comfort level today. So legs are straight. So legs are straight as they can comfortably be. We don't want to lock the knees. So the knees are soft, but the legs are straight. Now, if this is painful, you can bend the knees as much as you want, right? So we don't want anyone to hurt. So take the bend in the knees to your level of comfort here. But otherwise, the legs are as straight as they can be. Heels are digging into the floor. Now, if you feel this behind your legs and it's a pretty decent stretch for you, go ahead and just stay right here and breathe. Or if you want a little bit more, you could take a nice big inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to come forward with a flat back. Let those hands slide down the legs or maybe holding onto the chair with one so you do not fall. Safety is always first. And so we're just coming as forward as we can with our spine long and tall and our heads up. So it's not a bend over and touch your toes game. I mean, maybe you get to your toes, I don't know. Most likely you'll get to your thighs or knees or shins, maybe your ankles, maybe your toes, depending on your flexibility. But our spine is still long and tall, so we're not rounding to reach the floor, okay? And we're feeling that behind our legs, and we're breathing, and we're honoring our little knees, okay? Beautiful. Nice deep breaths. Perfect. And whenever you're ready to inhale, you can come on up. Then you can bring those legs back, and then you can sit back in the chair if you came forward at all. I was going to be kind today, but make sure you hydrate. I won't give you too much flack for it today, but make sure you have water because you're moving. Some of you might be moving things that haven't been moved ever or in a while. So I don't know what anyone's exercise level is here. So make sure you're just making sure you drink some water. It's always a good idea, even if you don't do anything. Drinking water. All right. So our feet are about hip width apart and flat on the floor, and hip width is about 2 fists if you wanted to really measure. Now, if this isn't safe for you to sit this way, that's okay. Sitting where it's safe and comfortable. The spine is as long and tall as it can be. Perfect. So what we'll do is we'll inhale, palms up all the way, and then exhale right down the middle. Beautiful. Again, inhale this way, this time pointing up. Exhale, palms down. Beautiful. All right, we're going to do that again a lot of times. So we'll start together. Inhale. Wait, let's start with palms up. So like you're gathering, right? What do you need to gather today? Good. Exhale down the middle. Inhale, point. And on the exhale, float. Palms down, float. So feel all of that energy you're creating. Good. Keep going. So we'll inhale, palms up, gather, right? Inhale, point. And float. All that energy. Beautiful. And one more time. Gathering. Good. I lied. One more time. But this time we'll inhale all the way up. And on the exhale, forward fold. So we're going to come forward. Now, everyone's forward is going to look different here, right? So maybe you let your head hang. Maybe you touch the floor. Maybe you grab your ankles, your shins, your knees, your thighs. So everyone's forward is going to be different here. Maybe you get the dizzies and you're like, this is the worst pose ever. You can always lean on those thighs too. This isn't for you. And that's okay. Whatever you do, breathe. So breathing into our forward fold. And whenever you're ready to inhale, we're going to inhale up really slow one vertebrae at a time back to our seated position. Nice and slow here, nice and slow. Perfect. All right. Now let's bring our feet apart. So depending on the chair that you have, maybe they're as wide or wider than the legs of the chair. Um, whatever, whatever it means. You're just bringing the feet apart. Bring the palms together. And we're going to do that forward fold one more time. We're just going to change it because this time we're going to come to the insides of the legs. So we'll inhale all the way up, palms up. Good. Exhale, forward fold. Hands and arms coming to the inside of the legs, changing the fold. So maybe you get a little lower this time, maybe not. Maybe you still get the dizzies and you want to lean on to those thighs. Wherever you come is perfect for you today. You're doing it right. Nice deep breaths. And whenever you are ready to inhale, once again, we'll inhale up really nice and slow, one vertebrae at a time, back to your seated position. And we're going to keep the feet apart. And this time, bring them apart as much as you can comfortably. So feet are apart. We'll do what we call our chair triangle, Trikonasana. So nice big inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to take the back of the left hand and bring it to the inside of the left leg. So wherever it comes is fine. And then looking up at right palm. So this hand could be anywhere from your knee to the floor or anywhere in between here. And you can either turn and look up at that right palm, or maybe your shoulder and your arm are done and you want to bring the hand to the hip. So that's okay too. So whatever feels good for you here, go ahead and do that. And breathing, this is our triangle pose. Beautiful. For those of you I can see, looking good. It's beautiful. A few more breaths. And whenever that next inhale comes, you can inhale up. And we're going to exhale other side. So back of right hand to inside of right leg. And then look up at left or hand on hip, up to you. And remember that hand's coming anywhere from your knee to the floor, anywhere in between. And you are breathing. And this side is probably not the same as the other. And we're just noticing it with curiosity, right? No judgments, no stories attached. Beautiful. And we'll inhale up and relax. And you can go ahead and bring those palms to your thighs here. And we're just going to stir the pot. Release the back a little. Maybe inhale back and exhale forward. So inhaling back and exhale forward. And the next time you come back, you can exhale and reverse. So inhale back, exhale forward. And you can let that be still. Perfect. All right. Yeah, you can go ahead and bring those feet back. So back to our seated mountain pose, we call it, with the two fists. All right. So what's yoga without a tree pose, right? So we'll do my little chair version of tree today. So taking your left leg and I have to be specific because I'm lying about my left and my right. So bear with me. It's not always easy. So we're going to take our left leg and cross it over the right and see if you can engage the bottoms of both feet on the floor here while you're crossing over at kind of at your ankles, at your shin. So trying to engage the bottoms of both feet flat on the floor to the best of your ability. Okay. And let's bring the palms together. And now, if that's not you, or you're just doing some version of that, so sometimes you have to stay on the side. You can't see, but you have to stay on the side or the ball of the foot, and that's absolutely acceptable. We're just trying to engage the bottoms, right? So bring the palms together in front of the heart. And I invite you to, if you can close your eyes here, um, if that feels safe, or maybe take a soft gaze if you really feel like you need to look at me, and then you could close your eyes after. That's up to you. But what we'll do here is, we want to close our eyes here, and we're going to take a nice big inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to be a tree. We're just going to take our arms, and they're going to be our branches, and we're just going to make any kind of tree we want. So whatever kind of tree you are today, maybe you're windy. It's a little windy out here. So maybe you're a windy tree. Maybe your leaves are falling. I guess not yet. But whatever kind of tree you are, maybe you're blooming, maybe you have flowers, maybe you have fruit. And just picturing it, maybe you have a favorite tree. So you're a tree. And so roots are growing from the bottoms of your feet. So you're rooted, you're tall, you're strong, you're beautiful, just like a big, beautiful tree, blooming or not. And you're breathing. And so we want to engage our core. Just stay in the pose. I'm just going to show you. You want to engage your core here, right? So engaging the core. So I used to tell people, engage your core. And they're like, but I can't breathe. So that's why we do that 3-part breath. So you want to engage the core and then bring that breath into the ribs, like we did in the beginning of class. So you're engaging your core, bring the breath into the ribs. And the best way I can explain engaging the core is like you're sucking in your gut, right? But not holding the breath. So you're holding in your core and you're breathing into that rib cage. Good. And you can take your next inhale, bring the palms all the way above the head. And on the exhale, you can go ahead and bring them down the middle whenever you are ready. Beautiful. So I'm not aware of, we asked a couple people if they ever did yoga before, but I'm not aware of everyone in the group yet. So if you know about yoga or even any kind of exercise, we do both sides, right? We do both sides. So we're going to go ahead and switch those feet. So the right will be on top of the left this time, engaging the bottoms of both feet on the floor, right? So crossing over at the shin and ankle level there, and see if you can engage the bottoms of both feet, whatever that looks like to you. Palms together in front of the heart. Good. And this time you can really close the eyes because you know what's going to go on, right? So So feel free to close your eyes or soften your gaze. Take a nice big inhale. And on the exhale, find your tree and be a different tree this time. So what kind of tree are you this time, right? Maybe you got one limb. Maybe one of your limbs is a little tired. We're almost all the way through this class. So maybe your limbs are tired. Maybe you're even taller than before. Maybe it's even windier. So what kind of tree are you? What kind of tree are you today? And you're breathing. And really close your eyes for this so you can feel it. So you can really picture your tree, right? Without any distraction, really picturing that tree. Picture your favorite tree, your least favorite tree. Maybe imagining what that tree smells like. Maybe it's a peach or apples, or flowers. Good. And whenever you're ready to inhale, we're going to come all the way up again above the head and down the middle, the exhale. And you can come undone with your feet. You can shake it out or maybe make a nice gentle rub. Right? All right. Perfect. So we will do this will be our last pose before our meditation. This one is my favorite. This one's my favorite. And I think it's a favorite of the people that have come to my class before. So I call this, this came out of a pose called cat cow, but I changed it so much immensely that I don't even acknowledge that anymore. But I call it gratitude receive. All right. So we all want or need stuff. Hopefully more wants than needs, but we all want and need stuff. So we will ask for it today. So I'm just going to explain and then we'll go along with it. And if you have a question about it, you may ask. But what we will do, so I'm just going to explain right now. We'll start together in a minute. On the inhale, we're going to look up to the sky, the heaven, the universe. We're going to open our hearts and open our arms as wide as we can. And we're going to ask for something that we want or need. Okay. And on the exhale, we're going to bring the palms together in front of the heart, and we're going to bow forward and express gratitude for something that we have. Now, there's a couple of rules here. We do it 5 times. So as far as the asking, it does not matter. You can ask for the same thing 5 times. You can ask for 5 different things. They don't have to be for you. They can be what somebody else might say is frivolous or silly. It really doesn't matter. It does not matter. As far as the gratitude goes, 5 different things you're grateful for today. 5 different things, okay? So it's been proven that the more gratitude you have, the more comes into your life. So we're going to work on getting us some stuff right now, whatever it may be. Is it material? Is it emotional? Is it health? Whatever it is, go ahead and ask for it. So we'll start together. We will not finish together. Everyone's going to be different here. 5 times, and whenever you're done, you can meet with either your hands in your lap, either palms up for more receiving, palms down, more intricate, or palms together at the heart. So that's up to you. But we'll start here at the heart. We'll start together with a nice big inhale together. And a long exhale. And then we'll start on the next inhale. Receive. What do you want? What do you need? Receive. What do you need today? And whenever you're ready to exhale, what are you grateful for? And go ahead and do it 4 more times at your own breath to your own pace. 4 more times. So taking your time, no rush, but whenever you're ready, whenever you're done, we're going to sit quietly in our manifestations. So whenever you're finished, no rush. I just want you to sit, maybe eyes closed or gaze soft. And so, what were you asking for? What would it look like? What would it be like? What would it feel like? As if it were. As if it were. So, really holding on to that. What would it be like? As if it were. And seeing it very vividly. So, what would other people involved look, be, feel like? Really holding on to that for maybe about 10 more seconds. Good. Beautiful. All right. So now is some people's favorite time of class, right? We call this Shavasana or meditation or do nothing pose, whatever you like to call it. So what I want to do right now is I want to invite everyone to get as comfortable as they can. Okay, so if you want to lay down, feel free. If you want to sit in a different chair, feel free. Sit on your couch, whatever you need here. I'm gonna just go grab something really quick. So go ahead and get nice and comfy, and I'll be right back. All right. So you can go ahead and close your eyes, soften your gaze. Maybe you want to find that little place in your head where the thoughts come in. Just see if you can make it a little smaller, right? And I know those thoughts are pesky and they might come anyway, and that's okay. We're just going to let them pass like passing clouds, like passing traffic. No stories, no judgments attached. And if that mind wanders, we'll just bring it back. Just starting to maybe relaxing the crown of your head, your forehead, your eyes, nose and mouth, cheeks, jaw, neck, shoulders, arms relaxing. Relaxing down your back, your chest, your belly, your hips, thighs, knees, legs, ankles, feet, all relaxing. And if the mind wanders, just bringing it back. If the mind wanders, just bring it back. Okay. I'm just going to read, I took a random card from my 4 agreements deck. I'm not sure if anyone's ever heard of the 4 agreements, but one of the agreements is don't make assumptions. Don't make assumptions. It says, ask for what you want. Find the courage to ask for what you want for what you want. Others have the right to tell you yes or no, but you always have the right to ask. Likewise, everybody has the right to ask you for what they want, and you have the right to say yes or no. Don't make assumptions. So you can start to maybe wiggle some fingers and some toes. Maybe move your head side to side. And you want to take a stretch. You just woke up fully refreshed. And if you are able to, we will meet with the palms together and in front of the heart. If you want to turn the camera on, you're more than welcome to. So I see you, Carmela. So we will say that the light in me honors that in each of you. Thank you, everyone. Thanks for coming.
Thank you, Michelle.
It was so nice to practice with everyone today.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you, Michelle.
Thank you. And if anyone has a question, I'll stay for a couple minutes. If you have a question or a comment, if you want to do it private or you want to share with the group, that's up to you. You don't have to. There's no pressure. I just offer it because some people like to. I understand if you don't want to, it's okay. But
How many of us were there?
I don't know. It's hard for me to tell because I was way back there. Maybe Casey knows how many people. I think some popped in and out too at times. That's why it was really hard for me to tell.
Right. There were about 14 people in class today.
Wow. Yeah. Yep.
There's 12.
Great.
I think there's 12 still here. I'm not sure.
Wow.
This Zoom view is always tricky to me, to be honest with you, unless I go and look to see the participants. It's hard to tell looking at the screen.
Oh,
yeah, there's a decent amount. Yeah. Well, I think there was 15 because I see that we have a cat that joined us today as well. So,
thank you, Michelle.
did that cat register? Did that cat sign up?
How many people were out of state?
Oh.
Thank you all. Have a good
Thank
day.
you.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye, guys.